If you are familiar with the self-acknowledgement exercise, I can recommend another exercise that is in my ways very profound and in many ways different. Why is it profound? Because this exercise really gets your beliefs in the most deep way, in the deepest, most profound way, changed about yourself. And it's something that you really ought to do. Really, it helped me a lot. Now, that exercise in comparison to the self-acknowledgement exercise does not have to happen every day. On the contrary, it's a bit odd if it happens regularly every day, unless you really get the juice of it, and that if it works for you, do it every day, do it twice a day, whatever it works for you. But that's an exercise that I'm doing about every 3 months or every 4 months. I've done it 3 times until now, and it's a really powerful exercise. It's a little bit embarrassing, but I really know that it's going to give some important value to you, so I'm sharing this with you. Jack Canfield called this exercise the nude exercise, or the mirror nude exercise, and the way it works is as such. You're going to stand in front of the mirror naked, and you're going to go throughout your body. You're going to scan your body starting from your head and then all the way to the toes, and you're going to address the specific organs in your body, specific parts of your body, saying to your hair, "Hair, I am sorry for judging you for being too thin and for being too messy, or not this or not that, the way I judged you." And at the end, you're going to appreciate that piece. So you're going to tell to your hair, "I appreciate the fact that you cover my skull and that you make me feel whatever it is that the hair still does for you." So you want to kind of acknowledge that part of your body for doing the job that they do. For example, I have had issues with my nose. Oftentimes, I thought that my nose was all too big, Jewish, kind of stuck in the middle of my face. Especially when I grew up, I was like, I have a big nose. Every time I would, fantasize that my nose was a little bit smaller. And it was really important for me throughout this exercise, when I've done that, to get to my nose after I started coming down. And when I came to my nose, I told my nose, "I'm sorry for judging you, for telling you that you were too big, and for thinking that you were ugly, and for just not being appreciative towards you. And I really appreciate the fact that you smell. You smell very well. You have a very sensitive sense of smell, and I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate the fact that you've protected me from bumping into things with my whole head. You've been really successful at doing that, so I really appreciate that. And whatever it is that I thought at the moment were the roles of my nose. You are very centered. You look great. Whatever it is that I could tell my nose, and then I would continue. I've heard of this nude mirror exercise, or the body acknowledgement exercise years ago, about 3-4 years ago, listening to Jack Canfield's workshops, and I thought, that's interesting, but I don't really have many issues with my body, or whatever it is that I told myself, some sort of a lie or whatever, some sort of an excuse. And it was when I approached one of his workshops, when I attended one of his workshops, that I was told that it's an option. I can do that. The real mirror exercise, the natural one, just self-acknowledgement exercise, was a mandatory part of the course, so I had to do it, so I've done it, even though I didn't feel related to it in the beginning. But the nude mirror exercise was an option, and since it was an option, I didn't do it. And it was just about 3 months later that I went through the notebook, and I was, wow, this is supposed to be a really powerful tool. I'm going to do it, and let's see what happens. So I realized that I have tons of things about my body that I was unhappy with. I thought that my forehead was too big, and that I'm balding over here, and that my lips were too big, and that my eyebrows were connected. When I was in my teens, I was kind of trying to see if I can pluck the hair out or whatever, kind of with my hands. So I had lots of issues, and doing this exercise, really acknowledging my body and thanking my body, made me feel like really good about myself. With the forehead, I told myself, you know, you really are throwing some big brain. I really appreciate that you are such a big forehead. I really appreciate that. And with different parts, I have lots of moles on my back. And I would, you know, be really, always when I would be at the beach or whatever, I would be really self-conscious about my moles, kind of shy about walking on the beach or spending time at the pool with friends. And I addressed my moles and I told them, you know, you really mark the fact that I come from my father's family and I really appreciate you. You show my heritage. I like my Russian heritage and I appreciate you. Thank you for being there and thank you for making, one of my girlfriends that when I was young told me that it looks like the sky with many stars. So I appreciate you, you know, being like my starry back or whatever it is. I kind of started telling myself, and that was so moving for me. Imagine yourself, for years and years I would just beat myself, telling myself, you know, those moles are ugly, those moles are ugly. And now I was acknowledging myself, telling myself, you know, that's part of who you are. And in some ways they are beautiful. A shock. So this exercise really helped me, and I was one of the people that really didn't want to do it. If you guys have any aversion towards it, if you know, think that it might be stupid, it might actually be useful for you to do it. I recommend you, and I want to make it an option. You know, don't get stressed about it, but if you really want to treat yourself and really want to show love towards yourself, this is a really, really powerful exercise. And I think that since I've done it about 3-4 times, something like that, I feel better about myself, which is so fun. I really want for you to feel that way as well. And I think that the more I do it every few months, the more I will actually feel better and better about myself, which would in turn have me have more confidence and just, you know, be happier about my body, because we do come in a package. I just want to finish with a reference to to a quote that one of my friends said, that it is a rental car. Our body is like a rental car. You come to this planet and you receive some sort of a rental car and you want to treat it nice. Okay, it's only a rental car. Don't, you know, fuss with it. Don't take too much time to be upset about it. It's a rental car. Enjoy it, treat it nicely, but remember, it's only a rental car. So if you want to treat your rental car and do some sort of a good treatment and appreciation to your rental car, do this body self-acknowledgement exercise, which is really powerful. It was powerful and it is powerful for me. Thank you for watching.